First thing would be a magic flask, like one that you would hold a potion in, a potion flask. And so what that would entail would be um, it would be made of glass, but then on the outside there would be some other material, like metal or stone, or in some cases, like here, wood, or yeah, this is like lava or dragon scale or something, right? Um, and then also inside the flask, there's going to be some kind of liquid of a certain color, and we'd like to illuminate that liquid as well. So that'd be our assignment here. And obviously, this assignment was created so that we could start studying how to paint materials, right? What does metal look like? Metal looks all shiny and stuff, but like when you talk about painting it, what do you paint to make it look shiny? How do you make something look shiny? How do you make something look like wood or glass, right? There are all these different properties that you need to understand of what's happening in order for something to look like these materials. So that's one. You're like, whoa, that's a lot. Yeah. The second one would be to paint a dagger of some sort. I'd like you to design a cool looking dagger, and that would involve some kind of a blade with a hilt and a handle, maybe a pommel to go with it as well. The blade itself can either be metal or maybe made out of some kind of stone, like over here. And then you could come up with some kind of an interesting design that you'd like for the hilt. Either it be something like a traditional one right here, or something a bit more fantastical like here. The main purpose of that hilt is so that when you are thrusting your blade forward, that you don't slip your hand off of the handle and slice yourself onto your own blade if the blade should stop, right? So it prevents your hand from slipping forward. The other thing that the hilt can do is it could be used to block an oncoming attack, even though the hilt of a dagger might be rather small, but you're stopping it maybe with the blade of the dagger, and then it'll stop at the hilt. You see, it'll get caught on the hilt. Um, there are a lot of different shapes you can do for a really cool dagger design. Some of these don't even make sense here, though. I gotta say this, like maybe this one makes sense, but then it only fits a certain size hand. But this one over here, I don't know. You're gonna like stab yourself trying to use this thing. I don't know what they're thinking. So I will be looking at some of that functionality as well. Um, and the key thing here, of course, is to show me that you can render out such materials. So, like, for example, on a blade, like a dagger here, we've got um, probably leather wrapping around the handle. We've got a different type of metal for the hilt. And then we've got a different type of metal or stone for the blade itself. And then any other interesting materials like the jewel right there, that might be decorative, or in this case, a bird skull, or maybe that's like something carved out of ivory in the shape of a bird skull. Things like that. So we're dealing with several different materials when we're painting up a blade, and also again, what makes this metal look like, a blade metal versus, let's say, gold, right? Gold would not make a good blade because it's a soft metal. You hit a couple of times with gold, it'll eventually be unusable. I mean, this blade has seen a lot of wear and tear, but even this blade will outlast gold in a knife fight, right? You could see there's like a gouge taken out. And that's like the artist taking liberties to show you, like, there's some character and history behind this blade. And that's really cool. Uh, the last thing I'd like you to design would be the sheath that your blade would fit in. Aha. So now, if you've got like a straightforward blade like this, pretty simple. Straightforward blade, straightforward sheath. If you've got a weird ass blade that's like this, how the heck are you going to make a sheath for that? Maybe in this instance, your sheath is something that's just like it only holds the end there, or maybe it holds the middle here, but it doesn't hold the whole dang thing. Or if it did, it would have to be like really large with a hole in it, right? Um, I'm not entirely sure how that one would work. Don't get too crazy. Some of these blades would have really interesting looking sheaths as well. Basically, you gotta just account for like when the blade goes into the sheath, will it, fit? And will you be able to pull the blade out without the blade getting stuck, right? So those are the three things. We've got um a magic potion flask, a cool dagger, and a sheath for your cool dagger. All right. It's a pretty intense assignment when you think about it, because you're actually needing to study and learn quite a bit of, you know, like looking at the materials. What are the values? What are what makes this material? It's not just the color, it's got to be also like the contrast and the values that go with it as well. Um, yeah, texture is interesting. So let's open up Photoshop here and let's take a look. Sorry, should have. It's taking a while. There we go. All right, Photoshop. Let's go kind of halvesies here, because I want to look at my reference this whole time as I'm doing this. That one's really pretty. It's got like what is that, opal or something up top, or obsidian something. Anyways, new. Let's do inches. Let's do width. Let's go with 17, 11, high on inches, and then resolutions at 200. Hit OK. Cool. Well, first what we're going to do is we're just going to not even deal with materials quite yet, but just deal with like the design of something, right? So let's take a look at some of these flasks. Many of the flasks, basically, they're in the shape of whatever someone can blow glass within the shape of. Some of this is kind of complicated, like this kind of squarish jar. Um, but in this instance, I'm just gonna go with something kind of simple, right? I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna overwhelm. myself quite yet. Just gonna draw in some kind of potion thing. And this one in particular is not going to stand on the ground unless maybe that's what the metal on top of it does, right? So let's say, for example, if on the inside, let's say there's some kind of a metal thing here that, aha, allows it to stand up like a jar. That might be kind of fun. And then maybe this thing like loops around, right? Loops around. Uh, I don't know, does something cool, like maybe stick up a little bit, and then it goes all the way back around the other side. On the other side. There we go. Have to draw through and behind. That's pretty difficult. And then over here, we're going to have our liquid. And our liquid is going to, there's the thickness of the glass you got to remember. So the liquid's not going to reach the edge here. This liquid is going to just reach the edge of the glass, but there's thickness to the glass, right? See, this is like one of the big lessons that you'll learn from me this semester is like things have thickness. What? Yeah, things make it thick. Give it girth. And then of course we need to end this with some sort of a plug or a cap or something, on top. And I guess this would be a good instance to have some kind of a maybe jewel or something. I'm not sure. Let's just say something here. And then, oh, that's kind of neat that that thing's got a little chain on there too. It would explain why you would need some kind of a metal thing that rises up here is if it ended in this kind of chain. Or let's just make it easy on ourselves. I'm just gonna make it like a rope or a string of some sort. Yeah, it just seems, ugh, it's gonna be so much work to paint a chain in. Unless if you're being told to paint in a chain. I'll like that. All right. So that's the plan. So this part will be, I don't know, like precious metal. Glass, obviously. Liquid. Potion. There's a jewel of some sort. This is like some kind of a. I'll make it nice though. I'll make it like, uh, gold string. And then the metal loops around. And obviously this is glass, right? Gloss. So look at that. We've got all these materials just for this one. Cool. Now let's take a look at blades. I do like the glowy blade thing. The glowy blade. Ooh, I like how this one's got both. Oh boy. You make it hard on yourself. You know, it has a very Egyptian feel, doesn't it? It's very cool. Let's see. How do I do it with? I can't choose both. I don't think it'll work. Go with metal or go with. Well, I've got a glowy thing here with the potion. I think I want the liquid to glow, so I'm just gonna make a regular dagger. Metal, that is. Um, so the proportions of your dagger are quite important. Maybe maybe for the sake of time, because I think that potion's gonna take me a while, I'm going to make a symmetrical dagger. Oh, yeah, I know. Um, uh, I played Concept Chicken and I lost. Let's just say here, and then we've got our cool blade, and another cool blade here. I'm just drawing half of it. Control J, flip around, horizontal, move it over here. Oh, I have to tilt it a little bit. It's so fat. It's a bad drawing. I thought I could do it, but I hate it. Stupid fat hobbit. Okay. Here's the other way. If you want to make a symmetrical drawing, you can go here to the symmetry tool. Go to vertical. Just move that over here and start drawing. You're like, what are you talking about? Well, look at this. I just taught you a new tool. What? Here's my handle. And then, oh yeah, this works out so much better. So I got to teach you the symmetry tool too. That's kind of cool. Blarg, blarg. Uh, oh, let's do this. It like does this and then does this. Woohoo! Still symmetrical. Cool. It's not bad. It's not a bad dagger. Could be better. I don't know. Eh. All right. So there's one. Gonna hide it. Gonna make another one. As long as I got this thing set up, I might as well, right? So let's go with like a much larger handle and hilt thing. Say if that was my handle, and let's say the hilt was like that, and then over here was just Ah, it's more like a gladius. Go down. How did I do this again? The little butterfly up there. You go up here, you hit vertical, and then this line comes up, you move the line wherever you want. So this feels more Roman, like this. That's not bad, actually. I kind of like this. Oh, I'm surprised. The eraser tool actually works with the symmetry. Okay. That's quite cool, actually. A little bit of even this stuff is symmetrical. How cool is that? So this one's got like a nice pommel. It's basically like a short gladius, which is the swords that the gladiators used. Okay, so there's one, there's two. Kind of like, I don't know, they're both kind of neat. Should I do anything else with this? I don't know. Like you could even like go like a cool little design, like little teeth. You know, it's like, ooh, it's like a cat, maybe like a panther. Meow. Um, yeah, so we can, I don't know, make it a little bit. Let's go with this, but I want it to be a little thinner, like that. Cool. It's pretty cool. And then, oh, what would the sheath be for this dude? Well, the sheath would also be symmetrical, wouldn't it? So the sheath would actually have to go around it, probably fit like here, like something to kind of stop it at the hilt, and at the very least, like, you know, fit fit this part, and then, maybe something at the end here to kind of prevent the pointy end of the dagger from popping out, you know. And then last, sometimes with daggers that I saw, they have like little, a little handle or something that has like it's like and then we'll figure out a cool pattern. Let's see. So you go like this, and then over here, yeah, we'll figure out something cool. So yeah, maybe this part can be like that. You can probably engrave something fun into the metal here. Probably do something like a little precious metal thing here and here, or something. I don't know. And then on the leather itself, we could probably make like a cool little pattern. Uh, as you can see here, it's very fun to make a pattern just with using the symmetry tool, because you only have to draw half of it. I'm not exactly sure what this signifies. I just thought it felt Celtic. It feels kind of Celtic, and so that might make it cool. It's like, I don't know what leather can do, but I felt like maybe something cool like this would be fun. It's very Celtic. That's cool. There, we got something. Cool. So I'm just gonna abandon this first one. Doop. And now I'm gonna turn this thing off because it's going to mess with me. Let's see, how do wait, how do I get rid of that? How do you symmetry off. Oh, thank goodness. Unsymmetry. How do you unsymmetry? All right, there we go. So now I move this guy off to the side, move that guy off to the side. These are my three items I'm going to be drawing here, right? So I've got over here, it's got I don't know, blade metal, which should be different. And this is like precious metal, same. Fresh. I wrote precise, didn't I? Precious. Yeah, that's so funny. I wrote precise metal. You know, when you want to get very accurate with your metal. Leather. LEA. Spelling skills have gone to crap because of spell check. Okay, so this thing's all leather, except for maybe that part could be metal, and this part could be a jewel. Okay, there you go. This is how I'm going to break it down. Let's see if it works out. Okay. Gonna stop the video here. And now that all the thinking's done, now all that's left is to paint this thing up and I guess think about materials instead. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back.